Hey, how's everybody doing? I have the Honeycomb flight yoke, and like a lot of people, I'm not real happy with how the tension was on the pitch, and I changed it. Check this out here. Little pinky, you can move it, and it's very accurate. Watch the edge of the elevator here. I'm just going to pull this out and let it go. I'm just showing you that it's going to center. Okay, comes right back to the exact same place every time. And it only took me about 15 minutes to fix it. No calibration, nothing like that. Let's take the cover off, take it to the workbench, and I'll show you what I did. Alright, if you've never taken the cover off, turn it upside down, and there's 4 screws on each side. Phillips head, pop those out and take the cover off. Cut. Alright, with the cover off, we're going to take a quick look inside so you can see what's going on. This is the carriage where everything slides on, and also you do your roll with that. Now the bungee cords everybody talks about here on top, that's for the turn, the roll, ailerons, whatever you want to call it. And then down inside, clear down the bottom, you'll see the other bungee cord that goes underneath that carriage. It comes out and it's bolted right to there. I've got that bolt out on it, and then over on the other side it's kind of hard to see because of the light shadow, but there's another bungee cord right there, and same thing, I've got the bolt off there. Now what the people that I've saw do on YouTube was come in here and take these pieces all apart, take these screws out of here, and take the bolts out of these rails here that the carriage slides on, down on this side, and then down inside the carriage here to take all that loose, and they pull all that up out of there, which is not really hard to do, but you run the risk of knocking things out of whack. And a couple of the videos I saw, people ended up having to recalibrate the unit, and I'm told that's kind of a pain. So I thought there's got to be an easier way. Okay, I've got the camera up on a tripod here, and I'll show you what I did. Alright, I decided instead of taking all this stuff apart and possibly getting it out of calibration, I thought there's got to be an easier way. So the idea I came up with was taking these tension springs and put a couple of those in. I took a weight and checked how much pressure it took to push and pull the unit, the yoke, and what I discovered was it's 4 pounds to completely collapse it or pull it apart. So I'm thinking, well, 4 pounds I'd like to do with maybe 25% of that, which would be 1 pound in either direction. So I went to the store. You can go to a hardware store, wherever you want, lumber store, and I bought a set of springs, and these springs that I have, there's 2 in a pack, they're listed as 0.88 pound. Alright, so a little over 3/4 of a pound to pull them apart, which is a little bit less than what I wanted, but I figured it probably would work. And here's the spring, and it's 3 inches long, and the diameter is 5/16 inch, and the wire gauge is 0.028. Alright, now I've already got the springs installed here, and you can see them right here. Over on the other side right here. Now let me take the bungee cord loose. I'm going to take the slack off of it. I got it out of there and push it that way. Okay, get down a little bit closer. Okay, down inside here you can see that this spring is going down to a bolt right there. Now that's right beside of the bungee cord that I just took out, and over on the other side of that shaft there's another bolt that both those have to come out to get the bungee cord out. So anyway, I put the spring on there, then I brought it up and also hooked the spring up into right there on this carriage. Now let me show you what I had to do to get that. There's nothing here on the front part of the carriage to bolt to, and can't get a drill down in there obviously to put a screw in. So what I did, I took my drill and let me push this out on an angle and show you. There we go. Alright, I put my drill on about this angle here and went through this wall on the carriage and made a hole to get the spring into. Okay, and then what I did, I ended up taking about 1 inch off of the length of this spring. So instead of being 3 inches long, inside here now it's 2 inches long. And on the front side of it, what I did is took a piece of 14 gauge wire, and after I put this end down inside here beside of where the bungee cord went, then I took this 14 gauge wire and put it up through the hole where I just drilled, and I bent it, and that held it in place. And I can tell you this, 14 gauge wire bent in way over a 90-degree angle is more than sufficient to hold 1 pound pressure. That's all it's going to be put on this spring. If you're not cool with that, you can go ahead and figure out something else to do yourself. Now over on the other side of it, we have this side here, and we got the spring going down to the bolt that held the bungee cord in place, and also it's coming up and going into, I'm going to take my screwdriver and put it in here, it's going into right there to that screw that is holding this support for the potentiometer in. So I took that screw out and hooked the spring onto it. So now I have the both springs hooked up, and there's no point in me showing you this. I can't see the other side where I marked it. But anyway, when I first did this, I put a mark, yeah, there you can barely see it. I put a mark down there so I would know exactly where center was, but you could see when I did the little demonstration hooked up to the computer that it's centering itself perfectly. Okay, one thing I need to point out to you, to get to this screw on the back side where the support is, I had to drill a hole on the back plate, on the back wall, whatever you want to call it, to get a screwdriver in there to get in and tighten that bolt up, because you can't get to it. At least I didn't have a small enough screw to get to it, so it just popped a hole in it. Alright, so that's what I did. Works fantastic. Now what I'm going to end up doing, probably do it here in just a few minutes, I'm going to go down here to this bottom bungee cord. That's the one that controls the pitch in and out, and I'm going to cut it close to this carriage on the front and the back side. That way it won't be making any noise, and it'll be a done deal. Thanks for watching.